Does it include a lot of fruits and vegetables?
Absolutely. And most of them I eat, and like I said, most of it, if I can, I eat it completely raw. If not, I eat it steamed to where it still got some crunch to it. And meat, mainly meats, and with that meat is basically seasoned lightly, nothing real crazy. But again, if it didn't come from the ground, 80% of the time, I'm not eating it. So I know everything comes from the ground, but y'all know what I mean, like the macaroni and cheese stuff all the time. Those typical household black meals, you know. Matter of fact, when I was going through med school, that's one of the things that came up is that we had to, I have to show y'all, if I have it in, I can show y'all where I actually got featured in our school journal, because I kind of came up with my own medical theory as to why they say, you know, what runs rapid among black people is high blood pressure and diabetes. And it's because they try to say it's a genetic thing. It's a genetic thing. Well, my great grandma had it, my great grandfather had it, my grandmother had it, my grandfather had it, my mom had it. And how come I don't? My brothers got it. How come I don't? Well, I don't eat the Southern. Y'all know I'm talking about, the Southern black, everything seasoned, everything salted, everything sugar, everything super sweet, everything 2-3 cups in the Kool-Aid. I don't eat that way. So then I was told that I got lucky. No, that's not it. It's not it. It's not that it's a hereditary thing. What it is when it comes to diabetes and high blood pressure is always going to come down to your diet and what you put in your body. We went through med school and they let us know right from the jump, the minute you start treating the patient, is this. The first thing we want to know is what you've been putting in your body. Why? It's the reason why you're sick.
Right. Right. You're absolutely right. Fantastic, man. What's going on?
What's going on? Fantastic. Pearl didn't let us in, huh?
Yo, what up, man? Sorry, everybody in the building, man. What's going on?
What you mean she ain't let y'all in?
Yeah, nah, she was doing all that crazy rhetoric in the chat. We was letting her have it. MRM asked her for the link and she ignored it. So, you know,
when was this?
When she got the thumbnail wrong, she put Angry Man up there instead of you. I told her not all black men look like.
Ain't that crazy, man? Yo, it's crazy. Y'all see she on Lapeef right now.
Oh, is she? No, I didn't know.
Yeah, they set up the show we were supposed to do on our show, but I hope they getting her, because it's crazy. Like, she blatantly doing that stuff, man. It ain't no more guessing or second handing. You know what I'm saying? But what you got on the topic, my Mr. Fantastic, from what you heard, my brother?
I just pulled up, man. Like I said, an alpha female. I think an alpha female is non-existent. It's more penis envy and just a cry for help for a woman that don't know how to be a woman. So she claims she know how to be a man. There's a certain female in YouTube that did that. I ain't gonna say her name, but you know, she has this very, very poor depiction of what males are, and so she cosplays as that, and that's her poor understanding of what masculinity is. So she puts on a backwards hat, and
you talking about the one, since you don't want to name call, I respect that too. You talking about the one that's still married?
Yeah, still married to a man going through a divorce, but like women allegedly. So yeah.
But yeah, then man, not to trust women anymore because she dated a woman.
Yeah, who said men were incapable of love, but now she know women are full of bullshit because she got screwed over by a woman allegedly.
That's deep. Y'all guessing, ain't y'all? Y'all want to?
Yeah, my mind just
look in the chat.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. Let me look
in the chat. Y'all see?
I'm looking
for Cinderella.
Oh, I don't even know anybody by that name. So now that we here, now that we've taken a shift, Mr. Fantastic, modern Renaissance man, we got T in the chat, BR Truth in the chat, Rebecca Williams in the chat. I see that we all have strong opinions, and I'm actually a fan of strong opinions. And so I have a couple of questions or whatever, just to switch gears a little bit, or whatever the case may be, just to see how you fellas feel, and then we'll let the ladies go. So we'll let the men go first, and then we'll let the ladies chime in. So there's a phrase that's going around that these women are saying that black men are intimidated by successful women. And when you hear that, I just would like to know what comes to mind when you hear that men are intimidated by a woman's success.
A poor attempt at comedy.
Okay. Okay.
Cool. Are the men done?
I'm not sure, but we'll.
What's your answer, my brother?
Certain kind of men are intimidated by, I guess, these unicorn women, I guess.
Right. So women said that they would like to, they don't want to deal with no beta men, but somehow end up with beta men. It's not the fact that men are intimidated by these women. They don't want to deal with the behaviors that come with these women. The lack of support that comes with these women, the lack of femininity that comes with this women, the lack of love that we saw earlier that comes from these women. They're too busy pushing themselves, investing themselves, and leading themselves in a whole different direction than other than investing in the man and her children. So it's not the fact that men are intimidated by successful women. It's a lot of times when women are successful, they don't use that success and invest it back in their family. Where men get success and they take care of women and children, a lot of women become successful and take care of themselves. So it's not that they're intimidated. They don't want to deal with the woman who's not working on them as much as she's working on herself.
Wow. My take in it is usually when I see a woman that says things like this, I don't think that she actually takes a step back and recognizes that it's not the accomplishments that they're intimidated by. She's just unattractive. I see a lot of unattractive women that have success. They have money, they have the job, they have the career, they may even have the body, but the face is not up to par. And I don't think that these men are intimidated by you. I think that you're just unattractive. There's a famous comedian, and I won't name drop, but she's visually disadvantaged. And
Or her initials LJ.
yes, and she's visually disadvantaged. And she was basically like, I don't understand why your man wouldn't want me because I bring the table. I am the table. And what good is the table that you have if nobody wants to dine at it? And that would
Nobody want to
be,
even sit there. Just set the table on fire.
Absolutely. So that's how I feel. How do the ladies? Does anybody feel any way about that? Yep.
Yo, can I, before y'all answer that, yo, I having deja vu like a mug right now, yo. Okay. Like I seen this before. I'm sorry, this is random, but this is crazy. No, my bad, yo. Hey Trey, I'm gonna talk about this. Is crazy. Like I seen this before, but that's crazy. Y'all ever have deja? No, never mind. My bad. I apologize, but this is like really blew my mind right now. Like I seen this before. My bad. Like truth, you right there. Trey was right there. Fantastic was right there, and the ladies were right there. Modern was right there, but I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Yo, that was crazy the way it felt. My bad, though. That was random. Sorry about that. I go get help.
What do you mean? What about Dr. Cheyenne Bryant? Oh, my fault. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm listening.
Yeah, I've heard that from certain women before. I personally never have had an issue, and I kind of agree with Truth on there's a certain type of woman who says that, and I do think the whole high value has come into play, and people put values on things that actually aren't values or positive characteristics. And I think that's where it comes at. What you value yourself as has to be on something that's a value, like morally value, and I think too many people, men or women, don't place their, value on that, who they are on the inside, characteristics. Beauty fades, muscles fade, money can come and go. If you're not a moral, righteous person, if you're not a person of good character, if you're not a good friend, what's that gonna mean? So
I have a question for you. So so I always hear women throw around high value man or high value woman. And so my question to you would be, what makes a woman high value?
Well, me as a believer in the Bible, I'm going to go with.
Keep the Bible out of it just for 1 second. I just want to.
I never can. The Bible's in me. I can't keep it out.
Right. No, well, the Bible was in you. You probably have digestive issues, right? I want you to just answer me straight laced. Like you can put the Bible just aside for just 1 second. What is okay? Cool. You know what? You want the Bible in you? Cool.
Thank you.
Give me the definition of a high value woman.
I'm gonna go with it goes around, right? The love is patient, love is kind. No, listen, love is patient, love is kind, it's long suffering, it doesn't boast, it doesn't brag, it keeps no record of wrong, right? I think that's a high value person. And that really applies to women and men, right? If you're not patient, if you're not kind, if you're not long suffering, if you are boastful and you're prideful, that's going to bring your value down. If you're humble, if you're caring, if you're committed, if you're motivated, if you are wise, that makes you a high value person, right? If you're hardworking, that makes you a high value woman.
If I'm a hardworking, ambitious, honest, straightforward kid toucher, would I still be high value? If I'm everything that you name, but I touch kids on the side, I do everything that you name.
Wait, I said kindness, and it's not kind to touch children.
I touch them kindly. I'm polite in the way that I touch.
That's not being kind.
This? Okay, so if I'm everything that you just described, but I'm a whore, I kindly sleep with men freely, would I still be a high value woman?
Are you lying about sleeping with a lot of men?
Listen, I'm upfront about it. I sleep with any man that I come in contact with, and I'm honest and I'm forthcoming and I'm ambitious in the men that I conquer.
Well, no, because by the biblical definition, whoredom is not going to make you high value, whether you're a man or a woman.
So it is safe to say that you cannot be a whore and be high value?
No, I will not place any person who's a whore at high value. And the reason why for me is because that makes you unsafe, right? Because the only STDs, right? I had this conversation with a friend about HPV. So I'm gonna give you a little background research. That's why modern Renaissance man, when you started talking about medicine, I do research, right, for a living. HPV is transmittable, right, through mostly sexual contact. It is not protectable with a condom. You like transferring HPV, using a condom is not going to stop that. Because it's sexually transmittable. So HPV is some of the leading causes of genital warts. It's the leading cause of certain cervical cancers and all that, right? You being a whore, transferring certain things, and we go on a spiritual level, you still transferring spirits no matter how many condoms you got. So no, you're not patient, kindness, righteous. You're not safe.
Like that. You brought the Bible. I got a better question for you, right? And then I'm done, guys. So can you be a high value person and be fat?
That means you lack discipline. Or, well, I will actually preface that.
Can you be a high value person and be fat?
Listen, there's three reasons why. Wait, I'm going to answer you, but I have to explain something.
Let's not talk about
yes or no.
Thyroids.
Yes.
Can you be a high value person? Yes or no?
Yes, if you have a medical condition. If not, that means that your fatness is due to, if you don't, let's just say no medical condition. That means you're either over consuming, gluttony, or you're lazy, meaning you're under exercising if you're fat, right? That's just all that it comes down to. If you don't have a medical condition and you're fat, either you're not disciplined in the amount, you're gluttonous, right? You're eating too much for the amount of calories you're burning, or you're lazy and you're not moving your body enough to burn those calories. So if you don't have a medical condition and you're fat, gluttony or laziness. And that doesn't go into my addition to being high value.
So is it safe to say that? So if you're fat, you're no good, pretty much. Like that.
I know that not be. Hold on. Being of high value.
Are you disobeying God with gluttony? Though?
Correct. If you're lazy, that's a sin. If you're gluttonous, that's a sin. It literally talks in the Bible not being either or.
I agree. I'm with you.
Your body is a temple. The temple of God had very specifications on how it was built and what it was to look like. If your body is a temple, then your temple needs to be in right standing order, like all those directions he gave that everybody skip in Leviticus and Deuteronomy about what the temple got to be like. We skip those directions too when it comes to taking care of ourselves. We skip right. Oh, that's not important. Then why he dedicate chapters to how the temple was supposed to look?
Okay.
There's a scientist who shows that the human cell is akin to how the temple in the Bible was built, how there's an outside layer, the membranes, how everything, you can literally take that as a metaphor for human cells, a cell in your body, and apply it to how the temple is described in the Old Testament, and it equates to how a human cell is built. So when he says our body is a temple, it's not just a metaphor, it's a literal actuality. And if we don't carry our bodies with the care that he described, that the Levites, like we're supposed to be a priesthood, right? A holy set apart nation according to the Bible. If you don't take care of your body the way the Levites were supposed to take care of the temple, it's going to break down. It's going to be
ask how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 35.
Are you married, single?
No, I'm single.
Status? Are you a virgin?
No.
Okay, I'm done.
Can I go back to the question of men being intimidated by women that make a lot of money?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, I know a very pretty girl who make a lots of money, and the way that men try to be there for her because she says, I don't need a man to pay that. I got that. I don't need a man for that. I got that. All I want a man for is that. And if he wants to, he got to marry me. And if he gonna marry me, he got to make more money than me. It's not that they are, what's the word that we used? Intimidated. I don't think it's intimidation. I think it's they not going for it. You can't tell me you don't need me, but you want me, and then you're not gonna respect me. And then when I ask for respect, I can go find it elsewhere. And then because you tell me to go find it elsewhere, now you mad and you say you just can't handle a woman with money or power. No, I think men are not intimidated by women with money. I think women want to show how much that they think that money can add value to them. But really, strength and honor should be what the lady can have and show forth. If their man is gone to a business trip, are you going to be able to hold it down and not give his stuff away? That comes to your temple. You know, if he can make money, but he got to stay away, we got to deal with people coming back from war and people have babies on them.
So that's another good thing you addressing. Are high value women loyal?
If they, I mean, we do have some women that are high value that are loyal, but because we got this ideology that when the man's away, I could do whatever I want, or he ain't here right now, he ain't gonna find out. It's
Yeah,
too much
but
sneaky
don't go
stuff
too
going
fast.
on.
Let's work this down slow, right? If women
Hmm.
chose one man to live with for the rest of their life, and they actually supported each other by not allowing that man to cheat, because the women are the ones who's competing with each other. That's supporting the cheat culture. Wouldn't most of us have some high quality relationships if the women were really loyal? Because the truth is this: as much as women say they don't compete with each other, women like dealing with unavailable men. And she know this man got a woman, and she tries to take this woman away from her man. So if women were really truly loyal to each other and the community and men as much as they say they are, wouldn't we have better, strong foundation in relationships?
Yeah, we would, because you want to know what we wouldn't have? We wouldn't have Susie saying, Girl, Sally, I saw Jeffro talking to Rebecca in the grocery store. Maybe he was asking her to do Susie's hair, but because you want her man, you're sowing seeds of discord. We've got black, like you said, they compete. She want her man because that lady get to stay home and get to raise her kids. So I'm gonna go mess up that by planting the seed of discord, have her look at her man like he ain't nothing, and that's how they break up the family home. It's jealousy, it's animosity, it's envy, it's a lot of things. And what we need to learn how to do is filter through the BS. We got
Mm.
some women who care about our other black women. I had somebody in my life telling me, Girl, he's not faithful to you. But I come from the old time where as long as it's not interrupting my family, as long as he's not messing up, he could do whatever he a man. He gonna do whatever he want to do as long as he not breaking, as long as it's not coming to my front door. And I had a female telling me, Hey girl, everything you
But,
doing,
but
he don't care about you. I didn't listen. We got two sides. We got some black women who will warn, Hey, honey, maybe you need to be a little bit more vigilant about what you're doing and what you're not doing to your man because he's looking for it elsewhere. Some women will take that and take it as information to say, my man is seeking something outside of me and I need to up my game.
no,
Maybe.
but hold on, T. I don't hear men brag about how phenomenal their women are, even when they get them. So even if the woman manages to steal this woman's man away, she did all the things to get this man, but she typically doesn't do all it takes to maintain this guy and to keep him. I never hear brothers go, "Hey man, my woman cook every day. She be taking care of the house. She making love to me all." I'm not one, not
I wish I
one.
could call my child's father on the phone because
So
it's
that's what I'm at.
some out here, but they do it in the
But
work group.
hold on. I will hear men brag about all the things they do for their women, whether they beta, alpha, and men will brag about what their men do for women as well too. I'm like, dang, Martin, you taking care of your woman. Dang, fantastic, you holding down your lady. God dang, Blu-ray, you do all that for your women. we don't see women like being the best version of themselves for men, like giving herself, like giving everything, this true sacrifice. And so even if you do get this woman's man, you don't maintain them. So when our sisters end up being loyal to us, you'll have a better version of us because we can't help it. Like I remember the first time a woman made my bed and the way it made me feel. You know what I'm saying? I remember the first time a woman made my bath water the way it made me feel. I remember the first time I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, she making me a smoothie and egg sandwich. I know what that feels. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's the part of maintaining that. What, like women are saying, you need to keep doing the same thing you did when you got me, right? But a lot of sisters aren't standing behind that.
It's
The other
because
way.
we feel like we got it, and so it ain't going nowhere. And that's the when we get the baby. After he loves the body right before it has the baby. That's why he want to put a baby in. What we got to remember is don't get so lost in the sauce of this new baby and da 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 da. That's where some women strive on self-love, self-care help books. But you got to know when to use it. After you had your baby, yeah, you need a rest. But you know how that man still wants it before that 6 weeks is up? If he sees his woman walking around, got her little stomach thing on, trying to lose the baby fat, all while playing, men like the appeal look. If you fat right now because you had a baby, it's going to make him want you more that he see you going, hey, baby, hold her or watch her. I'm going to go for a walk. Men want to see their women doing something to keep it up.
So to the sisters, if a man stopped paying the bills, right? Brothers will probably be like, hey man, you should leave that brother. Not because he lost his job. He just ain't paying the bills, right? If a woman stops giving her or a man sex, especially when he wants it, shouldn't that be a deal breaker? Shouldn't that man leave her?
Who you asking?
The sisters.
Oh, if she stopped giving him sex, why?
Now you T, you done answered it, T. Let
Why
them
would she stop giving him sex?
let
There are other
Blair.
sisters. Can we let some other sisters answer?
Dior, I'll let you take this one first, baby girl.
Should he leave? I mean, women giving your man sex is a part of the understanding. It's a part of the agreement.
So if she stops giving him sex, especially when he wants sex, because that's the most important time to give your man sex is when he want it, right? And when you probably don't feel like it, even though when it's like this, when y'all like wanting to go out, and I'm like, damn, I don't feel like going out. She want to go out tonight, but by the time we get out, I'll be like, you know what, babe, I'm happy you got us to go out. I felt like going out.
Right.
It's the same way with y'all. Y'all know when y'all was young, hey man, just let me get the tip in. Let me get like no, I don't feel like no, nah, just let me get the tip in. This one stroke, one, and once he's shoot, I'm in the mood now. So if women ain't giving a man consistent sex and not giving sex to their men when they don't feel like it too, isn't that a credence for the man to leave his woman? Isn't she being unfaithful? If he stopped dealing with all these other women to be monogamous to you and you're not having sex with them, aren't you putting yourself in a position where you should get cheated on or left?
No, I think you should. I don't think you just up and leave, but I think it is a conversation that needs to take place and try to figure out what's going on for sure. Now, if it's addressed and it's still, you don't get to the root, because normally it's a root cause. It's not, people just don't wake up and stop being whatever. Even if a man wakes up and says, I want to pay bills anymore, something happened. He's been triggered by something, especially if he paid bills in the beginning, or if he's always paid bills. All of a sudden he's not paying bills. If that's not like him, that's not his character, or that's not what attracted me to him originally, and that's not why we're together, and all of a sudden you wake up and say, you know what, I'm not paying the mortgage, I would feel like there's something that's happening. So addressing the issue would be the first.
So hold on real quick. Hey brothers, typically when y'all come across other brothers, they typically the same person every single day, right? Have y'all as brothers that deal with women, even your woman, do you ever be like, damn, I wish she was the same person 3 days in a row?
24 years in, yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah, of course.
Trey.
100%.
So dudes do the same single thing. All this, you know what, Blair, sisters be like, damn, he won't change. I can't get this nigga to change. Men want their woman to stay the same, but they're not the same person 3 days in a row. So they will wake up one day and be like, you know what? I don't feel like cooking. Can we eat out? You know what? I don't feel like having sex. Sorry. I'm not in the mood. I don't feel like it. So women will. There's no breaks that men can take inside their household. Hey, Bior, you know what's even crazier? If you make me mad today, I won't say you because I got a lady, right? If my woman make me mad, mad today, I still want to beat the brakes off of her tonight. You get what I'm saying? Oh no, straight up. It'll make me even put more reason to beat the brakes off.
Right.
Like you gonna do that next time, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna do that again, right? While you doing it, right? So shouldn't you still hold down your man even when you mad and still make sure that plate is on the table? Make sure you took care of the home. Make sure you mad at him, but you bent, you curl up a little certain position. Be like, he wanted it that night. You still, and then y'all be good in the morning, right?
Yeah, we should. I'm saying just leave though.
I'd like to hear. I'd like to hear from the Bible lady. What's her take? Because she like really dodged the question, and I would really like to hear what's your take, Miss Rebecca Williams. What does the good book say?
Well, if you want to turn to the New Testament, now as a ex-sinner myself. Now let me give you some background, right? I grew up in a church. No, I'm gonna be honest, right? I grew up in a church, left and was like, some crazy stuff happened in church that made me never want to go back to church. Some crazy stuff that just never want to make me go back to church. I was like, you forget all of this, right? I grew up, realized life. I decided, you know what? Let me try to be a real Christian, right? Because a lot of us wasn't real Christians at a young age. Let's be honest. We weren't following the book. You was just out here, right? So when I decided to be a real Christian and actually follow the words that I believed in the Bible, one of those things was about sex between a man and a wife. You were totally right. If a man and a wife are supposed to be having sex, the only time the Bible says to abstain from sex is during a period. If you're fasting and it has to be agreed upon between the wife and the husband. Other than that, you are supposed to come together, lest, to Ali's point, the enemy comes in and somebody's allowed to take your place, whether that be a man or a woman. Now, I do agree, though, that love is, and it's in the Bible, it says submit yourselves one to the other, right? If your woman wants to go out, like Ali said, yeah, you don't want to go out, but you still taking your woman out, and you know that's her love language is quality time. If your man's love language is physical touch and you not massaging his back, you're not rubbing his feet, you're not holding hands, you're not cuddling, you're not feeding into his love languages, and yet he's always taking you out, you're wrong as a woman, because you're not showing love is patient, love is kind, it's long suffering. Like you got to be able to give and take. If you know what I'm saying? And so for me, yeah, that's definitely got to be something that you do within bounds, like of, even when you don't feel like it. I don't feel like going to work some days, but I value that check. I value it.
I got a question, and not to be too intrusive.
You go ahead and intrude.
How long have you been a real Christian? Like, when did that become up?
A little over 6 years.
Okay, so around like 29, you decided to give it to God. And
correct.
And so with those new beliefs, did those new beliefs come with new standards?
Yes.
Okay. No, just that's it. I'll rest my case.
Yeah. They absolutely did come with new standards.
But you're not a new person physically, though. Like whatever you were or whatever you've done, that was still there. But because the belief system is new, the standard is okay.
Correct. The standard is now based on the Bible because that's what I've decided to walk out.
Right. Okay.
So because Truth asked you that's a very great question. I see a lot of sisters that hide behind therapy and God, but they still really haven't changed. What separates you from the old version of you with this new Christian version of the woman? Because a lot of women, that's their new repackaging deals. They go to church and all they just this holy woman and this woman who's sanctified, and they just a different woman, way different woman than this woman they was in the past. What makes you so different than the woman you were before? This new Christian woman.
No, that's actually a really valid question. So for me, it was I stopped cussing. I stopped getting drunk. I stopped, doing a lot of things that I used to do.
I'm sorry.
Of course,
I apologize. I
respect.
No, real quick. I respect. That's my fault. That it benefits a man. What have you changed now to where you have greater value for a man now that you submitted to God and a Christian? Like, what makes you a better woman for a man? Not cussing, and not for yourself, for somebody else.
No, and so let's just go with cussing, right? If we really look at what it is a curse word. When you speak, life and death is in the power of the tongue. Me stop cursing at a man and learning to speak life, not just to a man, but to everybody. Why would I curse something when I know that life and death is in the power of the tongue? So me knowing how to not diminish somebody with my words, right? Not just cursing, but, I stopped it. Why? Because I really started to believe you will have what you say. So I stopped cursing at people, right? Stopping drinking, that was just, you know, being all over the place and all of that. So now I conduct myself in a certain way. I still drink. I know my limits. I will not get drunk. Right, I'll have a glass of wine, right? I won't, or one drink. I won't keep going, right? I can have one with my dinner or something like that, but it ain't gonna be, I'm not getting drunk anymore. I also learned to be more patient and kind. That practice is out. I have a lot of nieces and nephews, and really understanding, listening to them, understanding what they need from me at that time. When my nephew or my niece says, I just need you to listen to me, knowing to do that, right? And I need you to give me advice, knowing to do that. As a woman, we're created to multiply, right? Really understanding what that means and how that, I wasn't worried about that, right? Being a team player. I was raised to be a team player in my immediate family. Oh yeah, we got to come up, right? My cousin, my grandpa always owned a business, and knowing that aspect, understanding what that's like in a relationship and in a symbiotic friendship as well. Learning to be a friend. See, a lot of people got to twist it. The Bible says who can find a friend, right? It don't say who can find a wife or a husband. If you don't know how to be a friend and a good friend, you can't be a good significant other to anybody, whether you're a man or a woman. Really learning, and now I have solid friendships I would stake my life on. Like, I mean, stake it on, and learning how to be a friend to men and to women and what they need.
So
So I have a
I'm
question.
actually. Oh, hold on. She didn't
Okay.
answer my
Okay.
question
Yes, at all, but at all. But
So,
you're right. You're
so
right. I'm
women
sorry.
are professional. Say a lot, but don't answer the question. People, not saying that's you. I'm just saying women are professionals. I ask them a question, and they'll write a book about what we didn't ask, right? So again, what are you different than the women you previously were that benefits a man, not yourself? All you're saying to me is you become a better quality individual for society. That's what you've done. So what have you done now differently and transition to as a Christian woman that benefits a man?
I've learned how to speak with patience and kindness for a man. I've learned how to, well, I always knew how to cook, that I could tear down the kitchen, okay? But understanding, put myself on a regimen so that when I do have a husband and I do have children, it's easier to maintain those things. I've increased, like, you know what I mean, my discernment for certain things, learning businesses and stuff like that for a man. Why? Because if you're created to build, you're created to help multiply. There's certain aspects, how to manage a household, how to manage a budget, how to manage kids, how to manage myself, how to manage my attitudes, how to pray instead of complaining. Like, there's this is the thing. Becoming a better Christian, becoming a better person is always going to translate to being a better wife, right? I look at the biblical definitions of a wife. I look at Proverbs 31. I look at what Paul says about a wife being submissive to your husband, one husband, the one you married to, right? Being submissive to a husband. Learning how to speak in kindness. Like I said, even having the mindset of it's okay if I'm tired, I can still push through. As much as I value my paycheck, I value my family. When I get a significant other, I have to learn to value that too. And that really just came from changing my lifestyle. I didn't value those things before.
I have a question, and I'm so sorry, Ali. And we still didn't really get a great answer, but we'll take the one that we got. My question would be, what happened to make you want to go the other route?
Seeing the world get crazier and crazier, understanding that the way that I grew up, right? The way that I grew up, I had devalued it because of some crazy experiences and some things that happened, and realizing that people can fail, but God never fails, and not putting the failures of a person, even though they're in the leadership of a church, on God. That
But we're
person is separated.
speaking, but we're speaking in third person or like third party now.
That's
What?
why that's what made me do it. Really, it was literally just growing up and seeing, like, you know what? I started watching online churches, right? Because I wasn't really going to church and all of that stuff. I was
Because
like,
you said
yeah,
some foul stuff happened in the church when you were younger. It kind of made you look at church differently.
correct.
So what happened to you personally? Because no one, like, let me explain something to you. I'm going to teach you a little bit about life. If life is going perfect, if everything that I'm trying is going my way, if it's not broke, then I'm not trying to fix it, right? Like, let's just say whatever I was doing my whole life got me famous, rich, married, beautiful children. I'm not going to sit down one day and say, I wonder, right? I'm in heaven. I wonder how hell feels. I'm not going to switch up what I got going on. So, what pivotal moment in your life at 29 years of age made you say, I'm giving my life? Like, what happened?
Literally nothing. I
Oh, okay.
gotta let me tell you. Ready? In
Hold on. You did say
2019,
earlier. Hold on, real quick. You said nothing, right? Hold on. Were you outside before you came back inside?
I was outside. I
Okay,
wasn't
so why?
wilding out.
So
I mean,
okay,
I was dating.
so then if you date a man now, he'd have to wait, right?
Yeah,
Why should he
because
Bullshit.
wait? So
I
why?
changed my
Bullshit.
standards in
So now that your
2019 to
standards,
be God standards.
so now that your standards have went up, but someone has already had access to you. I don't know if it's one, two. I don't know. I'm not gonna
Hmm.
go too. Why should somebody wait? Because you say you got your standards up now.
They're not waiting because of me. They're waiting because of God. So it's not. They're not living up to my standards. I'm looking for someone who's living up to God's standards, and I'm not trying to find a man who's going to comply with me. If he's a Christian man, he's going to be waiting himself because of God, not
Okay, but
because of
why,
me.
okay, so let's say God told him to, and before you told him to, why should he wait?
Be, because of Jesus. That's why he's
You
waiting.
said
It's
God
because of
already.
God.
So it's the Holy Trinity. Are they one or two? How many people is God Jesus or Jesus God or is this God and Jesus?
Jesus
You
is
want me to?
Godhead. Jesus.
I thought it was a
Okay,
Holy
we going to
Trinity.
talk
So I
about the
was
Holy
like,
Trinity?
no, I thought they were one. So why'd you bring up Jesus? So if God told you to, if God is because of
So
God,
God wants me to
why?
wait for
Well,
some sinful coochie.
let me
God wants me to
specify
wait
why
for some
I bring
devilish
up
coochie.
Jesus.
Mhm.
Let me specify why I bring
I
up
don't want you
Jesus.
to specify. I don't know. No. I don't want you to specify.
Okay.
Why should he wait? Because God and Jesus told him to. Like you're saying God and Jesus because of God and Jesus. Why should he wait?
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm not understanding your question.
Okay, for instance,
God bless her. God bless her. God bless her. I had all I could take. I'm sorry. um, I'm an advocate for women. I love y'all. But this is the delusion that we talk about. All her answers were very evasive. She could not answer a sentence, anything head on, right? And so now we're kind of looking at you a little sideways. Because is it a sin to lie? I'm not really familiar. I'm not really that. Like, is lying or bending the truth, is that a sin in any? But anyway,
Yes, it's just lying.
oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, listen, I'm not, but anyway, whew. Rose, welcome to the chat. Marianne, welcome to the chat. Blu-ray, nice robe. T, what's up? Ali, what's up? If you guys would like to say anything, you're more than welcome.
I would like to say something, man. Y'all hit the cash app, hit the super chat, give the brother some memberships, please. If y'all rocking with the brother, if y'all supporting the brothers, support the memberships, support the super chat, man. Bless the brother, man, for giving you content that you are not gonna find in a lot of different places, man. Make sure you support the content creators who are bringing you actual conversations, raw conversations, intentional conversations, conversations that make you uncomfortable, conversations that's gonna make you mad, but you be like, damn, I can't stand what he said, but I'm gonna go back to listen to him again because I did learn something. You learn when someone makes you uncomfortable, and I'm not talking about in a violent or disrespectful way. I'm talking in a way that makes you think and made you think about something you probably never thought about that they need to correct. Maybe you ain't eating right and you got upset because somebody said you got to eat right. Maybe you 500 pounds and you need to lose some weight. You know, maybe you don't speak correctly. Maybe you don't know how to process information. There's things that you need. Maybe you need to work on your left hand layup in the spin move. You know what I'm saying? Get to the next level. So there's things that people will tell you that you know you need to do that's going to make you uncomfortable versus the people that tell you what you want to hear and you stay stagnant. So if you have those type of conversations and you know it's hard for people to tell the truth because people get pressure from it, you should respect the people that had the courage to tell you the truth. Because you know why? Because the truth hurts.
That's a
But then
fact.
it makes you whole again, though.
Hey, how you doing, Truth? I know this your platform, so I wanted to at least speak because I leave my brother, so I leave one that told me I need to pull up.
Okay, appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in.
I really appreciate you, man.
I sure did.
Yeah, shout out to everyone else. I know I'm not familiar with y'all. Y'all probably not familiar with, but I want to speak. But the young lady that just got off, and I can respect anybody's conviction as far as their religion, because there's different people that have different convictions in different religions. So I never disrespect somebody at a season that they're in. But I did want to, and I don't know if she's listening or if she just dropped off, because I remember a story about a young lady. This is a true story about a young lady that she waited until after marriage before her husband had sex. And I can remember that after they were married, and she said he was a great provider, great man. I'm talking about every box he checked off, but when it comes to intercourse, he struggled in that area. So I just wanted to present to the young lady that if possible, you did wait to marriage and you met your husband and then he didn't please you, would you stay faithful? Because this lady I thought was a wholesome lady, and she was actually thinking about contemplating on cheating on her husband because she was just saying, hey, that I can't do it. He doesn't please me. But she followed the Bible to the T in reference to no sex before marriage. So I just wanted to know how would she handle a situation if that situation was presented to her if she waited to marriage and her husband didn't please her.
Oop, there she is.
Well, I honestly believe that pleasure is a two-way street. And as a woman, if you have had sexual experiences before, you have to know what pleasures you, right? If you're just going there having sex, doing whatever someone wants you to do, and you've
Hold on,
actually had
Rebecca,
sex
Rebecca,
before.
Rebecca, Rebecca. You can't do that again. So, Rebecca, he asked you what you're gonna do if he can't please you. What you're doing every time, what the brother says, you deviating and derailing from the question, and you're running away off into another world of fantasy called Rebecca. You can't keep doing that. What he asked you is, what would you do after all these men that you dealt with? One of them probably pleased you, and you get to a man because you went through these men that can't please you, but he's a great man. What you gonna do if he can't please you,
Oh,
even though he's a great man? You
okay,
gonna add that caveat too, Trey?
hold
I'm
on real
not
quick.
one.
Hold on real quick. So
Go
watch
ahead.
this. I have a sister and she told me I don't deal with men. When I played sports in high school, I went home and took a shower. I didn't stay to look at a whole bunch of men in the shower. So I heard, from my understanding, one of my sisters told me she encountered a man that just God didn't just give him the tools. So there was no way for her to be pleased. She told me that he can't please me on no level. So again, if you run across a situation where you encounter a man who cannot please you physically, sexually, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna stay committed and faithful to that man, or you just gonna I already know the answer you're gonna say he can just give me head, or he can just you get head for the rest of your life. Like, you can sit there and act like that's gonna satisfy you, and that's fine. But we want to know.
Oh, definitely staying committed. I'm not getting divorced from someone because we're not sexually compatible at that moment. But I also believe sexual compatibility is something that you have to work at. It's not just automatic. You have to learn what the person likes. They have to learn what you like. You have to be able to explore different things with your partner. You know what I'm saying? And be able to really learn each other. And so I wouldn't leave my marriage. I'd work at it just like with anything.
Okay.
So I sorry, T. I'm so sorry. And I use so I don't know if you heard what he said clearly. So let me reiterate. There is no working on this. He is not equipped to please you. It doesn't matter if you teach him, it doesn't matter if you give him a manual, it doesn't matter if you incorporate a rose. He is just not capable of pleasure. There's no fixing this broken man. What is at that point? What is you? Because you're 35, so you get married tomorrow. You're married to him till you're 80. Do you stay committed in this relationship with 45 years of unsatisfaction?
Yes.
Okay, cool, cool. Amen.
I Miss Rebecca, is that really true though? Miss Rebecca.
Yes.
So
It's
if you
true.
don't miss like how you gonna have kids? Like these are conversations. Like if he can't please you, he can't plant a seed.
Lord.
If he
That's not
can't
true.
please, well, you're gonna like go to the doctor. That costs a lot of
No,
money.
wait. I'm sorry. When
No,
you say he can't please
pleasuring
you,
and
can we talk
Nah, he
really
ain't planting seed. He
candidly?
planting seed
Wait,
now.
unfortunately,
Okay,
there's
look,
plenty
I
of
was
men.
married. Look, I was married from the time I was 19 until that time I was 29. Okay. And
Mhm.
I got married like 3 months, like fresh out of high school type deal. Like fresh out of high school. The Bible said, marry young and have lots of kids. So I tried my best. Okay. I never knew that my body could do stuff until I just
Hold on,
had this
Martin.
baby.
Hold on, Martin.
Come on now. Like there are certain things that or you'll be like these single mothers running around screaming at their kids.
Why?
Like it okay, because sexual frustration and sexual tension is a real thing. If you've already experienced sex, that and you go without it. I went without sex for 3 years trying to wait for my husband to get his life back together, and then I had to tell the pastor, Pastor, how do you control this thing? The Bible scriptures is not teaching me correctly. Like realistically, your body has needs. You can't just say I'm gonna be married to a man and he come on.
No,
Cause
you really can. And unfortunately, people do it every day. There are people out there whose men have had heart attacks and they're now impotent. There's people who their men have been paralyzed
no,
and
no,
they're
no.
now
That's
impotent.
because they got it at first. They knew what he was like. We're saying you never get to get nothing. You just married, you contract. I've been in a marriage contract and never got nothing. Didn't even know my body part actually could work. Like realistically, not somebody who was married to their man and then their heart stopped working. You just never got it. Like, come on now. This is probably why marriages fail because people go in with these fake ideologies that they can deal with certain things that really.
What you got to say, Martin?
No, I was gonna add in there, and yeah, you don't have to have pleasure in order to get pregnant or nothing like that. You know, to have a baby.
No, that's what I'm saying. I was married and I had one baby and then twins. And I never even knew, excuse me, that water could come from my vagina. I was 30 when I found that out. But I had already had twins. I had already had another baby. Had 3 babies within 18 months.
Right. I guess what I'm getting at though is that the whole thing was about pleasuring. The whole I guess conversation was about being pleased. So I was just saying that even if her nerve endings didn't work in her vagina canal, she still could get pregnant and have kids.
Yeah, because you admitted that you still had kids even though your nerve endings weren't working.
I mean, mine is
Well,
not that they weren't
they
working.
weren't getting work. They
They
weren't
weren't
getting
getting
work.
activated. So that's what I'm saying. How if I have lived that life of not being pleased.
Did you like that? Did you love your ex-husband?
Oh, I loved him. I still won't put him on child support. I still pray for him every day.
Damn.
But realistically, I didn't even know I wasn't getting pleased because I come from a biblical standpoint. Like my Bible right here. I came from it don't matter what he can't do. I'ma support him. But that didn't help me. That made
So
me not.
why did y'all end up divorcing?
Oh, I had to divorce because it got physical. I became a little successful and was like, hey, my success, I'm taking you with me. I don't care what you're talking about. You can live in a house too, even though I'm buying it and you didn't want to. And he became physical towards my children. And that's where I drew my line at.
Hold on, he became successful because you were gonna take him
No,
with you?
no. So I got married at 19 and
Okay.
he was 29.
Okay.
I was raised with nothing but old people. So all of my peers were 50 something years old and they had all been married for 25 plus years.
Okay.
I was a 19-year-old that didn't want to club, didn't want to do that. I just wanted to cook, clean,
So
and
what
raise my
okay.
kids.
So why would he want to put his hands on you?
He put his hands on me because I needed more. I lived in a low income apartment. And no matter like the
Oh
other
boy.
girl who said she built a man. That's why I told her you can't really build a man. Because when I met him, he already was older than me. And I thought an older man could help me get to where I needed to go. I had goals in my mind that I knew I needed to accomplish. But he got me pregnant. He said we got married. I didn't understand that no matter how you nurture your man, you rub his feet, you rub his back, you cook his food. If you only got $5, you can make a $25 meal out of it. None of that worked. None of that.
You realize you the same person that was saying earlier to support your man no matter what y'all going through. And now you
That's
saying
that's why I had that mindset. I still tell my kids that that's your daddy. You're gonna love him. I still don't tear him down. I still don't say because you couldn't make X
no,
amount of
but
money,
then
you're
you gave me
worthless.
two. So I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know what truth experience is. I don't know what modern experience is. I don't know what Trey experience is. It's very hard to trust almost 99.9% of y'all because y'all will say one thing and then you'll say
Mm.
something the very same time we meet you. There's a lot of brothers I talk to that they'll be so attracted into a woman sitting at a dinner table, and in the very same conversation, she'll either contradict herself in her sentence or during that night, and then brothers lose attraction for her, but still want a woman. Like every time sisters come up here, they say something that contradict themselves. We do not experience that with brothers. Like we really
So
don't.
when I say I
So, so,
support no matter
so
what,
no, hold
my
on.
child being hit
You
because
said
I
no, no,
got a
no. Hold
$10,000
on. Let me
bonus is means to leave. But I didn't leave immediately. It took me 3 years to divorce because
hold
I
on.
wanted to support.
Hold on, ma'am. You're telling me your man said you got a $10,000 bonus.
The
That's what he
day that
did.
the bonus hit, everything went up.
Well, I'm a little confused here too, because I heard you also mention, you said you wanted more. You said
Yes.
I divorced him because I wanted more.
Yes, that's what the contradict. And these are now men up here listening, man. That like there's intellectual brothers that's up here. You said it went from that he was violent with you to you just wanted more, but you were taking care of everything, so he was jealous of you. But then you said you wanted more.
And man, why would he abuse the child and
Where'd
punch
she
the
go?
child just
What happened?
because?
True, what happened? You took it down? Hold on, you on mute. Your audio,
You
I think
muted.
it went
You
out.
muted, bro.
No, my hand has slightly hit the button. It was a thing,
No.
but she should be back. No, she should be back. It was a thing. I don't like. I had chicken and it was greasy, and my elbow slipped. She should be back though. But go ahead, we're listening. I'm sorry.
No,
I,
I'm like
I
this.
was just gonna say, why would he abuse the child? Like, are you talking about he whipped the child with a belt? He punched the child, and then if he did, there had to be something leading that for it to escalate to that level, because that's his child, right? That's his biological child. So I'm confused.
One thing I would tell you that I see all over the internet is women provoking their men constantly on
I
these
was
panels.
gonna
They'll say
say that.
they'll say men are violent. Men delete us, delete kids, but they are the most disrespectful women to these brothers. They be poking them, antagonizing. Like I'm sure some of y'all been in situations where a woman try to poke you to do something to her. It's like they want you to hit you. Like every time we ask sisters about this, somehow it goes to, oh, I left because he was violent. Like every single time. So are y'all dealing with good men or y'all dealing with toxic men?
And I mean, I guess when she comes back up, I really would like her to answer that, because I heard her say things about abusive, but then but what got me, she said, I divorced him because I wanted more. So the abusive stuff was already going on and there was no leaving him, but then because she wanted more, she left. I'm a little confused on that, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm confused too.
I've seen that before. I have a friend of mine, and she divorced her husband because she started making more money than him, and she wanted more. So,
Hey, that's the saying now. Now, when they broke and you got money, they willing to work with you. But if they make more money than you, they don't need you anymore. That's what the word on the street. So I don't know if that's true, sisters. When you ain't got money, you looking for a donor and somebody to finance your lifestyle. But as soon as you make more money than him, you don't need a man anymore.
and watch it. And watch it, Ali.
And
watch it, Ali. She went to an NFL player who made more money than her, but he had several women.
You muted, Ali.
I said, was that Cardi B? Oh, it ain't Cardi B. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Sound like Cardi B, even though it seemed like Stephon Diggs got another woman pregnant, but I ain't gonna say nothing. And the women were congratulating Cardi B. You go, girl. You doing it big, girl. Sound like she should have just stayed with her husband, man. At least he was doing was cheating. He cheating and making babies. Like, hey, sisters, who would you rather stay with? And don't do that. I won't be with none of them. A man that's cheating on you, that's your husband and the biological father of your kids, or a man that's cheating with you and that's your boyfriend while you still married and he having kids on you.
I'm gonna stay with my husband.
Hey, how about you, Rebecca?
I'd stay with the husband if I'm gonna cheat on him.
I gotta stay with my husband.
So then if that's the truth, why don't women give they one man 50 chances instead of giving 50 men one chance?
It's that money. It's that money, Ali. When women start making a certain amount of money, they start getting that energy, that masculine energy.
No, I'm not. No, I don't mean that, Mary. Women are literally getting bodies because they say and they doing what men do, getting 20 bodies, 30 bodies. Y'all got more bodies than any woman in generation. Y'all got more bodies than like y'all got more bodies than all the women combined in the 60s and 50s, like 40s, 30s. Like y'all got this generation of women got like 20, 30 bodies by the time they 23. It's like 4 or 5 men by the time you know how to have sex. It's about 3-4 men a year. I mean, so why deteriorate yourself, destroy yourself, make all these bad decisions with your body, then blame it on men, but are physically, socially, emotionally unable to create healthy relationships with men now because you've compromised yourself so much. Because men, you give modern men, Ron, he ain't gonna say right now a lie because he married, right? But you give him 5 women, he gonna be happy. You give Blu-ray 5 women, he gonna light up like a Christmas tree. You give Truth women, he gonna like, he married too, but I ain't gonna speak on like that. You give brothers men, it make them happy. When y'all get multiple men, it destroy y'all.
So I disagree. And I'm actually, yeah, and I know. Against popular opinion, I disagree. Multiple women for me, they're a headache. I've had a lot of access to women my whole life. It's a fucking burnout. I was tired.
Hey, True, can I repackage it? Can I repackage it? What I mean?
Okay, well, go ahead. Because yeah,
if you had 5 women who didn't give you a heartache, I mean a headache for dealing with them. That's all I'm saying. So I get what you said. I know that you was with Monday. I know what you was with Monday. Tuesday calling you like, where you at? Wednesday, like you ain't come see me last week. I know what you talk about, right?
No, so hear me out though. So like you can definitely understand where I'm coming from, but I'm very direct in what I say and what I mean. And so what I was saying was, for me, I'm a routine guy. I can literally eat the same thing every single day for the rest of my life. Like that's literally who I am. I don't like change. I don't like inconsistencies. Like I'm a type of person when I fall in love with a woman. So my grandfather gave me this jewel when I was very young. He said, if you can fall in love with all of the things that you dislike about a woman, everything else is rainbows and unicorns after that, right? So I'm the type of guy that might like you because one of your titties is smaller than the other. I'm the type of guy that might fall in love with that birthmark on your ass that you hate. Like I really fall deep to the point where I don't want to be distracted, right? And so for me, the reason of even getting in a relationship is the exclusivity of it. So now, and let me be very clear. As a younger man, did I have issues entertaining other women? Absolutely not. But as far as being locked in with multiple women, I couldn't fathom it. That's just me.
You know, I feel you, my brother. I feel you. But I was thinking yesterday, and I'm just speaking hypothetically, not reality, because I wouldn't do this. But imagine you with your wife, and she don't feel like cleaning today, and your other lady come through and say, hey, don't worry about that. I got that. She don't feel like making love today. That other woman come in and go, hey, wife, don't worry about that. I got that. It's a whole different ball. It's a natural thing for why certain things. I know modern Renaissance, you're gonna be mad with me, but it's reality. These men were made to have multiple women, regardless of how much we can deny it or not. And I know it drives sisters crazy. If it wasn't the truth, y'all wouldn't be chasing the same men. Y'all would get with the men.
Nor will we be able to reproduce until the day we die.
That's right. Oh, man, that's a whole nother story. But if I'm lying, why y'all dealing with men that y'all are sharing instead of being with a man who ain't got no women? If I'm lying, I'm dying. Y'all deal with single men. Y'all share single men. Y'all share a man who dating. Y'all share a man who married. Y'all share a man who in the church. Y'all don't like dealing with the man who no women like dealing with. So if I'm lying, why not just share the guy y'all dealing with? Y'all already sharing them. Just build with him. Take that money you got now, that strong independence you got now, that alpha female mentality you got now. If you want to go to work, let the brother impregnate all y'all. Y'all take care of him. Let him chill in the house and take care of the kids since y'all don't want to be with the kids no more. He got 5 women working. Y'all build a business and stuff. And now you good. Like, I don't get it. Y'all want to be boss baby so bad. Y'all don't want to rest in your femininity. You want to be the boss. You want to be the entrepreneur. Why don't y'all get together and take care of that man?
That would be too easy for a man.
Wouldn't that be too easy? Modern Renaissance. Hey, you know what's crazy? Hey, modern Renaissance. You know what's crazy? They complain
that would be too easy.
Listen. They complain about working. They complain about cooking. They complain about being mamas, right? Imagine you being able to be a stay-home daddy where a woman go, you know what, babe? You ain't gotta work. I'm gonna come home and screw you when I come off, because we want to get our women. We get off work. We love doing for them. Imagine women switching roles and saying, we do want to be with y'all, be like y'all. We gonna go to work. Y'all come back home. And when we come back, we gonna put it on you. Just take care of the house. Imagine how happy men could be if men didn't get shamed for being at home. But who am I, yo? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Hey, ladies, why y'all so quiet? Y'all gotta fight back. Don't let Ali sit up here and just talk to y'all like that.
I mean, I'm not telling it. Hey,
Ali, they gotta fight back,
no,
man.
hey,
They just sitting there just
you a boss, babe. I
not
know
even
you.
listen.
You look like you got about 2 businesses over there, but you want somebody that make equal or higher to you. I know that's you right there. If you don't make as much as me, and he make $1 less than you, he can't tell you what to do. He ain't about to submit to that, brother. And a lot of sisters won't. And MBO, you know I'm playing with you, but I bet you do got a business or something, in a LLC or EIN number. But my point is this: why not, if y'all want to be boss babes now, and y'all want to switch these roles so bad, let this brother be taken care of and rest in his in his masculinity, in his soft man.
Ali, you gotta let them
Hold on, brother. Let me cook.
You gotta
Why
let them
can't
give
we?
you an answer, is what I'm saying.
Yes. So why won't y'all let us now, since y'all want to work so bad, let us rest in our soft man era?
You think we want to work so bad?
Oh, yes.
What is a soft man era?
Where I get to come home, I get to kick my feet back. I'm gonna make sure the house is clean and taken care of. I'm making a bed I play the game and watch the game, and you pay all the bills, and I get the rest of my soft man era.
I can't relate to that. That's not what I want. So that's that sounds crazy to me.
Damn. But don't you want to work?
I do.
Right. So if you want to work so bad, why don't you let him come home?
Yeah, nah, I can't do that.
You know what the problem is? You know what Rose, you know what's making us all struggle so bad and be stressed out?
What is it?
Women want to do everything but don't want to do it. Like women go to work, they get about 40 years old, they don't want to work anymore. Women say they want to have kids, complain about the kids. They exhausted and overwhelmed. Look at what these babies did to my body. My body ain't the same anymore. Women get married, and will say they're maids and servants instead of committing to the decision you made. Where when we get a wife, I can't wait to make you go crazy all kind of ways. I want to get you everything you want. I want to take care of you. I want your body to go crazy, your mind to go crazy, your soul to go crazy. I ain't never asked Monica to come from a long day's work. Baby, hey, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. You better. We ain't never tired to be with. Yo, and especially if you take care of your body. Hey, Trey, am I lying? If a man is taking care of himself, that man is the energy. You gonna have to, when a man loves you, you're gonna have to run from that man. You gonna have to run. He like, listen, I can't no more. Like, I just can't no more. I'm tired. Like, you every day, 2 times a day, 3 times a day when he take care of us. Y'all not built for that. And that's why men had multiple women back then, especially when he was the word we hate, high value man. But all I'm saying is, since y'all don't like doing none of these things, why don't you just pick a position and let him do what he's supposed to do?
Y'all gotta fight back.
Okay, can I interject?
Yes, Rebecca. And it better not be about nothing. I'm joking. Rebecca,
I think the women who want to do what you say. So I have met women who are the breadwinners, right? They go out, they work, they have the high power careers, and they do have stay-at-home husbands, and it does work for them. So I honestly, I just think that if you're going to commit to a role, you do have to commit, and you do have to be comfortable with what that means. And she went through the experience. She was like, well, then you stay home and do everything. And he was like, okay, I will. And it worked for them, right? So I do think that for some people, if you have the personality, it does work. What I also believe, though, is that if you're looking for that attitude, right, of somebody, if you're a wife, if you're a woman and you're looking for the attitude of provider and you're going to stay home, to your point, you do have to commit to that role. You do have to be comfortable with, my man's going out to work, and while I'm home, I am the person who's cleaning, right? I am the person who's mothering the children. I am the person who's cooking. And you have to be comfortable with that. At home is your full-time job. Just like he got a full-time job outside the house, you now have a full-time job inside of the house. I think that's just what it is. And so I just think those people need to really look for people who want the opposite, right? If you're a woman who wants a provider man and you want to stay at home and you want to cook, clean, and all that, find a man who wants to be the provider. If you're a provider man, find the opposite.
So Rebecca, they came out with a study that it makes a woman stress out if she sees her man sit on the couch not doing anything, even if the man work, cut the grass. It literally makes your body go crazy. You know how many times you went in the house and saw your man just sitting there relaxing? Why he's so happy and at peace? Like it really makes a woman upset to see a man sit on the couch and not doing that. That's a study that's been done that it stresses a woman out when she see a man not doing nothing. So once you agree to that, you'll sleep with the CEO, you'll sleep with the doctor, you'll lose respect for your man. And you know what the most unattractive thing that women hate? When a man asks you for money. So now you got this man you taking care of. He go, hey, Rebecca, I wanted to get this shirt from JC Penney. Can I borrow $100? I want a whole outfit. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. That's one of the most unattractive things that a man can do is ask a woman for money. So once you commit to that,